So this is part two to the part one video that I had just made about this learning center. Now let's talk about the parents. He extorts the parents for their money, bleeds them dry. He bleeds them down to nothing. Poor parents probably have, probably don't have, and they are being extorted for their money so he can put it in his own pocket. Caroline Forrester, I don't know what her part is in that. I don't know if she knows about his games and she's just going along with it. But either way, she just gets a regular check, like if she's a regular teacher, tutor, whatever it is that she is. He likes to extort the parents for money and puts it in his own pockets. His bank account probably looks better than someone who works corporate on Wall Street. Because what he does is when he extorts the parents for the money, he puts it in his own pockets, but yet he can't pay the tutors that work for him. The sad part is the parents, they trust him with their kids and they trust him with their money because he's Haitian and so are the parents. While I worked there was not one kid, for the exception of two kids, there was not one kid out of like 20 to 25 students that did not have someone in their family that was Haitian and that speak Creole just like him. And I'm mentioning that because they trust him more and they trust him more with their money and with their children only because he speaks Creole and he's Haitian like them. So you know the trust is already there. But he extorts them for the money. And that's the sad part because the money isn't even going towards anything good but himself. This man once upon a time created this center because he believed that the school system, the public school system, was failing his son's education. That was over like 20 years ago. This man, son, is probably about in his 30s, 40s right now. And the bad part about it is, I don't know what happened within the 2 decades of him doing this center and running it. But all I know is I just don't know what happened to make this man go from loving students and teaching them and making sure that they get a good education to just doing extortion, doing scamming, running games. Do I look like I want to play hide and go seek? Did I sign up to play a game with you? I may be young and he thinks that because I'm young, I'm stupid and naive. I probably have more education than him and Caroline both combined together. But that's nor here nor there. All I know is that, like I said yesterday, he had the audacity to insult my parents, insult my work ethic, insult my intelligence. And he did this all while my mom was standing outside because he knew if my mom heard what he had said. He said, and I quote, I'm quoting his exact words, "If only they had taught you how to work better." Meaning my parents. He's trying to say if my parents only taught me how to work better. If anyone knows me and knows my parents, they know that my parents taught me everything there is to know in life, including how to work at any environment, in any setting, how to go on an interview, how to go to work on time, do what you gotta do. And that's the saddest part about all of this, because once upon a time I used to be really nice to this man. Once upon a time I used to feel for this man in the sense when I heard his story of why he created this center. Now this center is just a bunch of scamming games, and it's sad that police would arrest a teenager for scamming just for new sneakers or a new jacket, but they wouldn't arrest a grown man for extortion, committing fraud, and on top of all of that, he's scamming the tutors of our money. Like he doesn't want to pay us at all. There is another tutor that consistently calls the center to speak to him. His name is Jared Rosenberg. I had to go there one time very early because one of my friends who usually goes there on time, she couldn't make it. That guy called the center. I thought he was a parent. I told him, just give me your name and I'll let Mr. Bloom know. He said, oh, okay, but he said it in a kind of down tone. I felt bad for him because I wanted to know, like, for a parent, why do you sound so down that you couldn't reach him? Lo and behold, he is the tutor that came before me that just wants his paycheck. But if you go and look up this center on Google and even on Glassdoor, you see horrible reviews about him, horrible reviews about the center from past students, from parents who tell you about the extortion, who tell you about the behavior problems that the children have within the center, low staffing. They tell you that he yells at the students if they're in 5th grade just because they don't know 9th grade math. What kind of person are you? What kind of person does that to children? Every single day I was there, I had to keep yelling and screaming just for the kids to listen. They have no behavior, but they're lovable kids, so it's hard to be mad at them. But it's very dangerous in there, and with 2 to 3 people, 4 people on a good day watching those kids, that's still not enough. All in all, I am making these 2 videos so people can share it. I need you guys to share this, part 1 and 2, so people who may know someone or may be a victim of this whole thing, maybe a victim of extortion, maybe a past tutor that's still waiting to get paid. If they see this, they will know who I'm talking about. They will know exactly what I'm talking about. And maybe they can make videos on their own story. Because this is something that cannot be continuing. This is something that is so hard to even understand and wrap your mind around that it is so aggravating when I think about it. Because I just wanted my check and now it's come down to this. Cops, labor board, potential court, all because of a $400 or less measly little check. And it sounds like it's like a big check to people who are like me, who aren't accustomed to money like that. But a measly $300 to $400 check for someone who gets a salary of over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, it's still money that needs to be given to me. But at the same time, it's just a measly little check. You can't just write up a $400 check, give it to me, and tell me get the hell up out of there. No, you want me to escalate the situation. So now it's escalated. Now the problem is going to labor board and potential court. Thank you, Francois Blue, for making my life hell. For making me see what the world is actually about. Thank you. Please share this video and make sure it goes viral.